Doing a live stream here today. Haven't live streamed artwork in a couple of days, so I'm busy with an art show. But today is a day, and I finally have some time to start early. Start before. Start before the. Start early without having to do anything beforehand, so my mind is fresh. That's one thing about painting in certain ways is it helps to have a fresh mind. There's some types of painting that are probably great if you're painting without a fresh mind because you get to explore the subconscious, and then there's probably some painting that's done in a more concise manner that requires a lot of thinking. But in the process of also watching some of these Olympic gold medal ceremony, which is absolutely amazing. I mean, to think about all the amazing and talented athletes that dedicate their entire childhood to one craft and become so good at it that they become literally the greatest in the world. How amazing is that? So, opening up the supplies right here. And I also thought I'd share a bit about some of my current experience with the big art show I just did in Los Angeles. That was pretty exciting. So, really wonderful experience to have a group art show. And I was so fortunate because I found it and it was in this really grand building, like a really old classic style building in downtown Los Angeles. Pretty beautiful. And it had like gold-plated walls and everything. It was just such a great experience to do this in a Pershing Square, downtown Los Angeles. And I'm gonna start off this. So I gotta start this off with a sketch. So I gotta clean out some of my brushes. United States of America. Number one, I guess this is women's basketball. Pretty amazing. Great job, women's basketball, USA. Huh? USA, yes. America always does so well. It's like they're just expected to. You just know that they're going to be like the top of the top in most things. I can't wait for the Los Angeles game when it comes out in a couple years. 4 more years away, people. It's gonna be a wonderful show. So let me air out the room a little bit. Hello, for those of you just tuning in. Going to get continuing on with this painting here. You're just going to be able to observe this painting transform. So I do plan on painting a little longer than usual because I am starting early. Sometimes I start really late, like after a busy day of work, and it's not the same. But fortunately, I feel that because it's early, I have a chance to push things and really allow myself more freedom because I am fresh of mind. More freedom to paint for longer, and it's a beautiful thing to paint with a fresh mind. So here we go. We're gonna go right here. Wow, she said 42 years old, Olympic gold medalist? That's amazing. And here we go, doing the sketch out here. Of all time. 61 straight Olympic victories? My goodness, women's basketball is pretty amazing. 61 straight. Like, imagine trying to compete with a team that's won 61 straight Olympic victories. Holy crap. That would be quite intimidating. Like, holy wow. Good old Team America, Team USA. 61 straight American victories. How inspiring is that? Every time I watch the Olympics, anytime I watch the Olympics, I feel inspired. I feel inspired to do something worthwhile, something great. And it really begs the question, like, what would you do? What do you feel like doing when you're inspired by the Olympics, assuming you do feel inspired by the Olympics? United States of America. It's just me, does the United States also have some of the best announcers too? They sure know how to put the E in entertainment. Oh wow. They're playing the American anthem at the French because they won first place, I guess. Powerful, amazing. Such amazing and fantastic athletes. America. And then let's go. Amazing. Good job, Team USA. And here we go. So much talent. Oh, 8 straight. What does that mean? 8 straight? They said something earlier, 61 straight. Pretty amazing. Eight straight golds. Man, crazy to think that there's probably so many athletes that play around the world that the dream isn't even winning necessarily. They just dream of playing against America's greatest athletes, to have the biggest challenge of their lives. I mean, I'm talking about sports where just America dominates. I mean, I guess in every other sport, right, there's other sports where other people dominate other nations. But I think it's a powerful idea. So here we go. This section needs to come up a bit higher. And let's bring this over. And it's going to come back from around the ear. What's the kitten? I got a kitten that's crying about something. Who's crying? What are you doing over here? What are you whining about? Hey, no. No. Shoe not for you. Come here. Jeff, no. Cat, they won't stop ripping up my shoes. Yeah.
How can they rip them up?
They're in my shoe bin. Need to put some tin foil around there. Alright, so let's keep sketching this out. All right, let's keep this going. So we're gonna go right here. Okay. And let's play with this right here. Let's go. Let's do another head right here. So when I was doing my art show, I had some positive feedback about these paintings with lots of heads. People were intrigued. And while intrigue doesn't necessarily mean a painting that will sell, it's a very exciting experience to hear people's thoughts around these heads. And I definitely find it incredibly exciting to be able to work in this fashion. So let's go. Let's start here. Oh, there's still the run. There's still running going on at the Olympics during the ceremony. Okay, here we go. And then we're gonna pop a body part down here. And then we're going to keep that a little bit open right here. And then bring her chin out a bit right here. So keeping the sketch. Kitties, what are you doing? Don't fight. So we've got these kittens that we're fostering right now. And they're starting to get their kitty energy, their kitten energy. Nice long nose. So slowly building in our features. sketching it out. And here we go. So this nose is about the right length. Let's measure out this nose compared to the eye. So the length of that nose to that edge is about there to the chin. So the nose, tip of the nose, the corner should be about there to the chin. So the nose happens to be a little longer on my drawings, which means we just got to cut it in a bit more. So this will be about right here. And just go straight across. That'll go straight across. So this eye here, I'm going to bring this down. And then bring this around. This creates the form of the eye, the front of the forehead right here. Creates the form of the eye. I'm going to bring this down. And there we go. So, an eye right there, eye right there, eye right there. We're going to keep building this up. And here we go. So let's create this piece right here. It's so great to hear the commentary from some elite athletes talking about running. My goodness. Like, think about this. I'm watching Olympics. I don't know if you're watching Olympics right now, but they're some of the fastest people in the world. And you got the other fastest people in the world running behind you, trying to take your spot. And it's just pretty wild to think. My goodness. They're 46 into a full marathon. 46 miles. Like, it's got to be so much pressure being in first place there. Hey, Prescott F. Shrimpleton. What's going on? How you doing? Yeah, give me an update about surviving this revolution that you survived. Is Bangladesh, are they in the Olympics right now? Is there, do you have a team in there? Do you have a team in the Olympics? What? My goodness, imagine competing in all those big races. Holy crap, people. What an athlete. Olympic athletes are something else, people. So let's see, we got some updates. Oh, so Prescott said he's going to update, but he didn't share an update. Did you get kicked off the internet? And let's see, we got another head here. Let's flip this around a bit. Let's do this. So, actually, this is the perfect spot to add this other head here. Actually, if I'm going to put this head again, the head probably needs to go in this space. And let's see, rewriting it. Situation getting, but not that much. Good news, temporary government will be led by Nobel Peace Prize winner. Wow. Nobel Peace Prize winner. That's amazing. All right, well, hey, that sounds good, dude. I mean, that sounds like a positive change. Now, I will say, I like to, for those on the other side of the political party, I definitely realize that history is written by the winners. So, I can only imagine that the other side has their perspectives. So, totally interesting to hear, how you were sharing with me that the other group wanted to just basically give the old Bangladesh veterans an opportunity to have the highest jobs, and then now this party seems to be the most about, I guess, for the people.
Your wonder kids. Overnight success, sensations, virtuosos, outliers. Show me the unfading business masterminds, the once in a generation talents, and we'll show you.
But I find it interesting because it seems like the prime minister, I think you said she was the prime minister. It sounds like she simply wasn't ready to be as as big of a politician, as controversial and aggressive as of a politician as she needed to be. Oh, yikes. Dude, Prescott, man, I hope your family's protecting. I mean, I'm sure they're doing everything they can. You know, these are some serious times, dude.
You can see the back of her with the white top and the blue bottoms. An incredible story. A goalie in hockey, that was her sport. Her mom convinced her to now she's running in the Olympics in honor
Take care of yourself.
of breast cancer. Just an incredible story. And of course, as a fellow Minnesotan, coming to shout out, that's just really exciting.
So I'm gonna do something a little different here. We're gonna go hop into this head right here.
She really wanted, she is just, like, she told her coach, book a flight, get a hotel, we're going to Paris. And this is before the Olympic trials, and most people did not put a minimum on their bingo card for making Team USA. But she believed, and she really has this ability to believe in herself and got things through. I mean, she came back to get that third place. And so she soaked in this opening ceremony, as you said, and then she went back and trained and let herself back in the mindset of being an Olympic marathoner.
That was Anthony Ambers from Team USA's basketball team that successfully won the gold medal game against France last night. As Stimson continues to lead here with that chase back about 10 meters behind. You know, Des Linden joining us, and you know how to traverse.
How's your parents doing?
Traverse in Boston 2018 to win that Boston Marathon.
Like, you know, I think it's so interesting. So when I was a kid, I would grow. My parents. So when I was a kid, let me rephrase this. So I don't know if you've ever been in a hurricane, but a lot of people ask me what it's like to live in Florida, where there's a lot of hurricanes. Major national disaster, and some people have never experienced it. And my answer as an adult is that, you know, as a kid, hurricanes are kind of fun, you know, because you get to go play out in the rain. You don't have to do anything, right? Your parents, you're the adults. If you're an adult, you're responsible for preparing for flood damage, covering up your windows, for making sure that you have enough food in case you run out of electricity for a week, to make sure you have generators, to make sure that your house is protected and all of those things. And as an adult, that's incredibly stressful as a working adult. But as a kid, you totally don't even do anything. You just kind of hang out and just play with your friends when the electricity goes out. It's like nothing. Like you don't, like your parents take care of everything. So the reason why I ask you this is, you know, when looking back, I never really asked my parents like how they were doing it. It never really, you know, it never really popped into my head like, hey, maybe I should check on my parents and, you know, ask them what they're up to, what's on their minds. And maybe for you, it might make your parents happy if you were to ask them, like, how are they doing, you know? Like, I know you're sharing, like, you're getting some of your thoughts out online, which is great, and I really appreciate you sharing some of the things that are happening in Bangladesh right now. It's really cool. But I think where a positive thing that you can really do, and I'm not saying you don't do this already, positive thing you can really do is, like, seriously talk to your parents. And maybe some of the stuff that you're sharing with me is stuff that you're getting from your parents, which is pretty neat. But like, I feel like if I was in a hurricane as a kid, I would my first thing would be to go online and just kind of like, you know, to go online and just like tell people about how the weather's, how like there's so much flooding and share all the news. But I think the most important thing, thing that's probably going to have the most positive impact is, and maybe you wouldn't have gotten these ideas if it wasn't for the internet, but yeah, like check in on your parents, dude. You know? Again, they're the, like, obviously you're online, you're I'm not saying that you're not doing anything, but you know, your parents are the ones that are probably scared, right? Like stressing about how things are probably gonna happen in the next 5 6 months, and they might not tell you everything, but it will probably mean a lot. And the thing is I live in America, so like since you're in Bangladesh, you're probably and you're surviving a revolution, you probably have a higher maturity level than the majority of people your age in the United States. So, you know, maybe you do these things, maybe you appreciate or understand the significance of the situation you're in. But for sure, I would say, you know, thank you for sharing some of these things, but more importantly, find time to like go talk to your parents about this stuff, right? Like, yeah, because they're figuring that stuff out for you. They're figuring out how to keep you alive, how to keep you safe, how to prevent, you know, your house from getting robbed or whatever, and what's even going to happen afterwards. So, or like what their jobs and everything. I mean, that's scary stuff to think about as an adult who's taking care of a kid, right? So, yeah, I don't know. I imagine since you're able to go on the internet and you have like all this knowledge, you know, that you're probably doing better than your family's probably more well off than some of the other people in Bangladesh. But still, even that's the case. Even if that's the case, you know, that's something that could be very helpful. Not just for you, but for your family as well, you know. So yeah, try that out, man. And like really like dig into your parents' thoughts if you can, right? Like I'm not asking you to dig in and then share the thoughts with me, but you know, the parents probably is gonna think that maybe I don't know how they feel about you, but they may or may not think like you're mature enough to know what they're going through. But you know, or maybe they want you to like, I don't know what your parents expect of you, but yeah, really dig in, figuring out what's going on with them, and you know, see if there's anything you can do to help them. Even if it's something as simple as just having the conversations, you know, just so they know that you're aware of whatever's going on, or that you like, you know, you appreciate the fact that they're going through a lot. It could be a powerful thing. So anyway, what's up, Mark? Yeah, Mark. Prescott was telling me about him, you know, going through this revolution, this literally upheaval of a takeover of the entire country's government in Bangladesh, and he's just telling me about it like so casually, and you know, I can't relate, but maybe there's something that I hope could be beneficial there. But yeah, man, I hope you go make this time as an opportunity to, you know, do something. Not, I don't want to say productive, but like, you know, do something that helps you connect with your family, which they're there for a reason. Let me think. The size of this right there. a little bit smaller, so right there. All right. Let me see here. I'm measuring a size here. So this should be a little longer. So this should be a little longer than that. So let's see. Yeah, so, Prescott. Hey, thank you, Justice, for Jalen. So, Prescott, I just want to challenge you to do something. I don't know if you're still here, Prescott, but the next time, before you come in the room, I just want you to know that you're going to probably want to tell me about updates, but about what's going on in Bangladesh. But more important than that, I'm going to ask you, how are you? How's your family doing, right? And you don't have to tell me that specific update, right? Because that's personal. It's a rhetorical question. I don't actually want you to answer me, but I want you to at least think of an answer because you actually had a conversation with your parents about it. And I think so. So yeah, I'm I'm gonna be a little bit. I'm gonna hold you accountable in the sense that, I'm not going to care so much about the update about Bangladesh as much as I will be interested in the fact that you at least took some of what we talked about and, took action on it. So anyway, just a little bit of accountability, my friend. Happy to hear your updates about Bangladesh, but that's stuff that could be on the news. But between the two of us, you as one of my, one of the viewers here, I think more importantly, how I can be helpful is making this something that can help you in a way.
We will get back to the women's marathon shortly, but while we have a second, let's take a look ahead to 2028. The Olympics return to the U.S.
Oh, here we go. 2028 Olympics USA. 2028 Olympics, Los Angeles. It's gonna be here in Los Angeles. So yeah, Mark, I don't know. Mark, feel free to share some of your thoughts with Prescott. I don't even know if Prescott's still here. Maybe he went and instantly took action and now he's talking to his parents. That would be cool. But yeah, feel free to.
Painting therapist.
Huh?
Painting family therapist.
I don't think I'm a family therapist. I'm not a family therapist. I'm just we're sharing my own experience.
Advice, and that was good advice.
No, I am a painter who.
Or a hypnotherapist who has
NLP.
NLP.
Yeah, but it's not what I'm doing. So, anyways, it looks like Prescott's probably not in the room anymore. But, I hope that something was taken out of this conversation. Alright, there's some white paint here. Who was that? Who was where?
Linda Chapley, my
Who's
college
that?
roommate that you met in.
Oh yeah, she was at the
Yeah,
London.
she worked it. She was working for.
She was working in London.
ESPN.
Cool.
No, Atlanta. It's the Atlanta.
Cool.
She worked a lot of sports. She worked X Games.
Wow, she was athletic.
Yeah. Well, she worked for television. ESPN.
Cool. Sounds like a pretty cool career and lifestyle.
Ali. Oh, poor guy.
Why is he a poor guy?
And Parkinson's. Look how shaking.
Oh,
Did you know that?
no, I knew that, but I was wondering why you were saying he's a poor guy. That's
But look at him. He's holding the torch without shaking, but as soon as he lets go of the torch, his arms start to shake.
yeah, I know. One of the greatest ever. But it's like he's human, One of the greatest Americans. Muhammad Ali. Greatest Americans who ever lived. Wow. Olympics are such an amazing event. It's the wonderful reminder of what's going on in the world,
Hey, football. Pretty girl.
After the success of Paris, Los Angeles will be much anticipated and set to make Olympic
I
history.
wonder if they'll have the surfing competition here, because they had it in Tahiti this year.
And here they are, in the flesh. Bob Costas, Al Lights. High stakes here, nice backdrop. You guys are happy. I'll bring out the best. The best. It's so good to see the voices and faces that are the Olympics to so many of us of a certain age. Hours. I know all the dinners that I was able to be with you. Big classic. People in miracles all the time. But it wasn't just that game. What was it about being in the classic that still resonates with us? Everywhere the country because of that time. That was
So let's see. Seems like a repeat of Sri Lanka. If you remember right, last we saw was a leader running for a ship with a couple suitcases, probably full of cash. They asked him, "Wow, I never really." It's interesting that you're aware of these things because I don't really follow like these massive revolutions that happen. Like I never even knew. Like you mentioned Sri Lanka, I had no clue that Sri Lanka even went through that. And now I knew like Vietnam kind of went through something like that, but I guess this is some stuff that happens around the world that maybe is quite more common than we might even think in America. But being in, America, just not aware, sadly, of these things, or not sadly, I don't know. Is it sad
You play with her tail?
to be
Look at this.
disconnected from other parts of it? I don't know.
the time zones are either identical depending on where you are, only slightly different. So it feels as if it's happening more in the moment. The Atlantic Games not only had some tremendous moments. Muhammad Ali lighting the cauldron, Michael Johnson with the gold shoes flashing down the track, Terry Strong singing the landing, the second iteration of the dream.
Having fun with Bird's tail.
And so people were just attached to it. It's not a blind risk for children. Here in France and Paris, people are more engaged if they're French because it's their games. Nothing to be ashamed of, something to be proud of. And something relaxing for us a long time. But now,
USA.
how important are these games, the LA Games, to the Olympics and the Olympic movement?
How important are the LA Games? Ooh.
Leading up to these games, and I'm
All right, got this head going. We're gonna merge the heads into each other, so this head's good.
come to Paris,
Hey,
a wonderful historical
you can play with her.
backdrop for resting, and then from there on to Milan for the next Winter Games. It
What are you doing, Pookie?
Bert was up here singing now.
Alright, can I close this?
Yeah.
Can we turn on air conditioning over there,
Yes,
please?
I
Can you,
opened
can,
the-
can you turn on air conditioning? Because I turned it off and closed all the windows.
Yes, yes.
It's already getting hot in here.
And I spent some time in LA, but this is yes. So talk about
Kat, have you seen what they did with my shoes? They like threw them all over the place.
Your sneakers?
Yeah, my sneakers.
Really? They're animals.
Alright. So let's do another head here. I feel like I can fit the smaller the small version of this head right in here. Americans love to win things.
They're very competitive. That's our spirit.
Americans love to win things.
Independent and competitive.
Yes.
No one wants.
Americans love to win.
Don't tell me what to do.
So I'm challenging myself with this project a bit in the sense that I'm merging a lot of pieces together that will make it somewhat confusing. So maybe if I go like this, sketch this piece, go back to the ear. Let's get this eye, and this eye is going to pop right here with the ear. Yeah, a lot of the stuff that we do outside Olympics is totally unimaginable. Like it's not even like a part of our thought process of winning Olympics for the most part. Alright, so it's going to be quite difficult to tackle this, but I think we're just going to have to tackle this slowly in parts. So here we go. Whew! Alright, there's quite a lot going on here. I think I have room for like, it seems like complete ousted. No, it's not. Common relates to like a classroom inflation or classroom mismanagement and favoritism of certain groups. Had to do with the WEF UN restriction on farming promised the people success and it went for crap, so they revolted, took over. Wow. Mark Dietz, you seem very informed about about the world. as any good citizen of the globe should be. Who's watching the Olympics right now? I am. Get a nice delicate chin here. Bring this chin up with this beautiful nose. The eyebrows come up. I think this is going to come around. And let's see, we've got the nose, the eye. The nose is going to come up like so. And get some lips right here. And let's see, something has blinked on my window. I don't know what. Politically for a long time. Involved politically. Do you mean like... Do you mean like actively... I guess you mean what you mean. I know some people like say they're involved politically. That just means that they basically, you know, vote a couple times. You know, they vote and stuff. Then other people, that means that they are incredibly, like literally like active. So I'd be curious to know what you mean by that. And here we go. Fern, what's going on? Kat, do you hear Fern? Did you hear Fern? She was whimpering. Right here. She said, wow, 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 wow.
That's what she sounds like when she's about to throw up.
Yeah, I know.
Where is she?
Somewhere over there. Let's add another head. I think I need one more head here. Let's get one more head in here. Make these heads merge together in some way. Let's do this. Well, I'm watching these Olympics and I'm hearing a commentary and I'm like, yeah, it's pretty fascinating to think that all of these athletes are the top of the world and that at any moment, you know, they're all as pretty much as good, if not better than the other. Well, actually, that may not be totally the case, but you know, people within like 10 spots of each other are probably all some of the best and can at any moment pull ahead and win. It's such a fascinating thing to see and witness. 5 more kilometers, 3 more miles. Wow. 2 hours, 26 minutes. All right, there's nobody's breaking a record. I think the record for women is like 2 hours and like 10 minutes. Or 2 hours and, no, probably just a little bit above 2 hours. It's so interesting to watch Olympic runners because, you know, they're some of the best in the world. And you always hear like these runners on Instagram talk about form and like perfect form. But the form sometimes doesn't match the form of these elite runners. Okay, so got this head right here. So still in the sketching phase of what I'm working on right now. Still fairly loose. No, I mean, a lot of these are major decisions already. I've already established some major zones of design. And here we go. So get some of the head here. Okay, so this needs to come down a bit lower. And there we go. So I think we almost have our project. So we got a head here, head here. I feel like we need one more head up top. Let's try. Actually, you know what? No, we're going to leave this. We're not going to over bombard it because I do want some open space to be able to paint and add a piece of my own ideas. And you know what? This painting could still evolve over the next 10, 15 hours. Maybe not today. You know, 10 hours today or tomorrow, but over the next few weeks or whatever. Whenever I have time to paint and stuff. Kitties, where are you? Kittens. There you are. What you doing? Cat, this bed is like, Simba's too big for the bed.
I know.
Alright, let's clean off this brush and let's move on. Let's start doing some other stuff here. Oh, Fern's playing. Good girl, Fern.
No.
Good girl, Fern.
You're playing with that little thing? Really?
Aw,
Look at you.
good girl, Fern.
You're playing.
Good girl.
It's not always that the favorites all make it through that.
I mean, she kind of just trampled him, but I think it's a positive step, right? Hmm?
Yeah, have fun with them, Fern. Don't you miss slides? I know you were relieved when you came out. You made your life fun and interesting.
Alright, let's find a good brush for this. I'm gonna focus on some of the darker spaces here. So, let me think of a good color palette. I've done the reds, done the greens. It's a nice, cool color. Trying to think of a good color palette for this. I've done so many blue faces. Write to politicians, get people involved in the lobby. Wow, that's amazing, dude. Lobbying is definitely quite a challenging effort. So I'm trying to think what color palette do I want to use for this? I just love the color blue, and I feel like I should just do the color blue. And Picasso had a blue phase where everything he painted was blue, right? I don't want to do a blue phase though. I want to do a random color phase. What's wrong with the blue phase? Picasso already did it. That's what's wrong with it.
Pick another color.
I want to do a red phase, but red's really. I guess we should do a red phase, huh? Red. It's just like I'm like hesitant to use the color green, and I know red. All right, let's do this. We're gonna do a red again. Alizarin crimson. What are these colors that we've got? We've got light magenta, red ochre, alizarin crimson, burnt umber, alizarin crimson. I think I'll have a use for that. Definitely a red ochre. Red ochre, cat red, we got our white. No, we're gonna use our red ochre. Let's lay down our red ochre here. Whew, all right. So we're getting started on painting. This is the part where I should have started planning earlier. Is what color palette do I want to use? What colors do I want to play with? What colors do I want to express? So, gosh, these people gotta be tired. My goodness. It's 2 hours of straight running at a competitive level for the gold. Literally for the gold. But not just the gold at any old random marathon. It's for the Olympics to represent an entire nation, an entire country. You're either gonna come home a hero, or you know what? I think no matter what place you're in, you'll probably be a hero at some level. But but to be an Olympic gold medalist, you're a different type of hero. Okay, you're gonna have to raise your fun level to at least an 8. You're only
going on a trip and he packed his suitcase and his cat keeps getting in the suitcase.
That's funny.
So he keeps taking that up and that gets back in.
Jumping back in, eh?
Yep.
All right. So we're gonna do some of the shadows. Let's start with the shadows. We're gonna use a nice thick brush to do this. So let's start with this, and we're gonna mix our burnt umber with our red ochre. So red ochre, burnt umber is gonna be our dark color.
Which is why Downey does more to make things softer. For sure.
Alright, so let's start with this piece right here. We're gonna go right around the chin here. This is the part where we start to paint stuff in. So that piece is up there. And let's go bring this down. Start bringing the shadows in, and it starts to make everything more real.
Don't stop Dovato without talking to your doctor. Don't take Dovato if you're allergic to its ingredients or taking Defetelite. This can cause serious or life-threatening side effects. If you have a rash or allergic reaction symptoms, stop Dovato and get medical help right away. Serious or life-threatening lactic acid buildup and liver problems can occur. Tell your doctor if
That
you
sounds
have
horrible.
liver problems or if you are pregnant, breastfeeding, or considering pregnancy. Dovato may harm an unborn baby. Most common side effects are headache, nausea, diarrhea, trouble sleeping, tiredness, and anxiety.
Yes. Tiredness, sleeping issues, like. But I guess it's better than the other problems, huh? Oh, so I guess like the government has started to regulate them more and make them say all the bad things instead of just leaving fine print. You know what I mean? So here we go, just building in the shadows. And once you start to build in these shadows, things start to appear. And I usually challenge myself with, designing with different color palettes. So right now I'm playing with some darker colors here. And a bigger brush. Bigger brush than I feel comfortable with.
Lollipop, high fiber, less sugar. Here at Stater Brothers Markets, we know you're looking for quality. We stand as one of the only companies to have state-certified meat cutters. The result? Custom cuts of meat that are tender, juicy, and flavorful.
And here we go. So pop that right there. The screen keeps blinking because my body's in this shot. I know. Let me make it so that it's a little better, a little bit more positive. Paris, wow. The Paris Olympics are ending. My goodness. What an incredible event. What amazing athletes that have done some amazing things. Absolutely fascinating. Oh, okay. Yes, San Diego. Great city. So here we go. Adding in some shadows here. And this will really start to make some of the pieces pop, even if, it's not We're gonna start to blend this in a little bit later. There's some artists who can work these parts really, really fast and really, really good. In the sense that they just start covering the whole thing. But I tend to go a little bit slower. I'm just a slower artist in general because although I'm loose, that just means that I have a lot of editing to do usually. Because if you're loose and you want to capture a certain effect, some of the things that you do require editing. And here we go, getting in the shadows. And once you start to bring these shadows in, things can really start to make a lot of sense. And I even feel like this lip needs to be brought out a bit more. Olympic atmosphere. Yeah, I guess that's pretty cool, huh? The Olympic atmosphere. It's pretty nice. I heard they banned Tinder from this Olympics.
Did they?
That's what I heard, yeah. All right, Mark Dietz. Oh,
Wow.
Mark Dietz, 1988 Olympics game carrier baggage handler at the airport. That's cool, all right. And you're ready to find missing skis for a female skier, Varvara Zelenskia. That's awesome. Told her that she was going to win. We traded address and wrote to each other. Look at that. Yeah, she was poised to win, but oh no. Well, did you end up chatting her up? Did you go on a date? That'd be a cool story, huh? She went on a date with Valenskia.
Breakers, yeah. Yeah. You know what I also heard the other day? That the judges of the breakers got out and did breakdancing with them.
Oh, really?
Yeah. Yeah.
Well, after they saw Australia breakdance, they're probably like, anybody can do this. Did you see Australia's breakdance, babe?
Was it terrible?
Honestly, it's become a meme.
Really? Oh, I gotta see.
I mean, yeah, it's become a meme, babe.
Really? Well, somebody let them in.
Yep, that's true. So let's keep going with this head. I'm gonna paint the shadows into this figure right here.
Failed to receive a point.
What?
Failed to receive a point.
She did? Yeah,
That's
that's
funny as a virus.
yeah. She's a meme. She's become a meme. You gotta watch it. Just watch it.
I'm looking for it.
I can't believe you haven't even seen it on Instagram yet.
No.
Well, awesome, dude. Mark, that is an awesome story, man. That's pretty cool that you got to help an Olympic athlete, and they probably know who you are. You are probably on their list of people that they would let into a party if you randomly showed up.
Where is it? It's called it's a meme.
Yeah, it's just Olympic breakdancer meme. Just look that up, and you should
All
be.
I found was an article in the book.
Well, she is a meme now.
Her lesson's gone.
Huh?
Rachel Gunn was the Australian breakdancer.
Yes. But she's the first Australian Olympic breakdancer, so good for her. She is a meme, but you know what? I'm sure she will inspire a lot of people. Huh?
I'm looking for it.
Just look up Australian Olympic breakdance performance. Like, I don't know. It's like all over the internet. She is plastered on the entire internet now. And, like, I don't know how you have not seen it. That's,
I don't know. I just haven't seen it.
okay. Okay, so here we go. I'm gonna go down the nose here.
Oh yeah, she's barely doing anything. It's not a meme. She's still on her head.
Look, her performance is not a meme, but people make memes. So if you look on the internet, you'll start to see that people.
Crawling on all fours.
Right. So people have made it into a joke.
Hello.
Zoom tight. You okay, Kat?
What? No, 03. I'm sorry. Oh. Sorry.
And the closing stages of this Olympic marathon, including the backcountry
And here we go. So. And here we go, painting in some of these spaces here, right like this. I feel like my painting style has become it's become way different with the. You also worked the night with the Swiss chef. You had a contract to cater the night medal ceremonies. You had China panda bears Olympics. Huge ham and with white onions, chopped black olives. Mmm. Wait. Let me. So, the food was there, and the pandas were just hanging out, like for dinner, with everybody, and everybody could just like hang out with pandas for dinner. That sounds pretty cool.
It's been a remarkable Olympics for Team USA on the distance side, and I think this is going to go down as one that we remember and we talk about when we talk about a resurgence. It has just been, Grant Fisher electrified the team by winning that bronze medal.
Let's do this, and then there's some shadow up into here. Oh, cool. All right. Well, that would have been pretty cool to like have dinner with pandas. That should be like a thing. But it's probably very not only expensive, but probably illegal. Or you can have a panda pit, and then you just have like all the seats around the pit. You have the around the pit.
All this stuff is so complicated. You did a better job than I did.
All right, let's do another head right here. We're gonna go into this.
Do I need to read it to you again? You sure?
We are recording, Kat. Reminder.
Obviously, also, she has two bones. Wouldn't she like an upgrade right now? Absolutely. I mean, she is just hanging in there. In the theory, it's side by side with her. No, they're two women. You know, this is the kick of the kickers. This is really the end. And these are the women who nobody trying here, nobody stepping on each other. But these are women who are going to keep in America. They have all survived a difficult stage. And
I'll be there. I mean, it's their bus, their brains. Oh, okay. So is that like if we wanted to buy something extra on board, we could just charge it?
So here we go. We're gonna go around like so. Here is gonna get a bit of a highlight, but we're gonna go. It's nice when you can just trust your own drawings and you can kind of just like paint things in without worrying too much. There's trusting your own sketch.
Yeah, I just want to relax. I mean, tomorrow I'm not going back to work yet, but school does start.
This is just incredible. I think they have a slight little downhill right now. I think they're all still kind of gathering and waiting and kind of watching each other. We see them kind of stretching across that road, trying to read each other's minds.
Unemployment,
Trying to read a little bit of body language. Who's going to go first?
I don't know if that's very, if that's even necessary now, or going back to work, but I did apply back in July.
Okay, here we go. Building up the colors.
And if I don't get jobs right away, maybe I don't know.
Back in Tokyo, Minnesota, Olympic gold to 10,000 meters. Barry was fourth in that race. Those two hand-to-hand have raced 27 times.
Wow, 27 times they raced together.
16 wins over Rosemary. Never met in a marathon distance event.
Did you try your boots on?
And here we go. Bring this around. It's starting to bring out the shadows, and I think the shadows really start to help liven things. So they attract millions of people. Yeah, pandas are fascinating animals for sure. So they played in a country band, and what? Played each night at Dusty's Saloon, a huge country bar near Olympic Stadium.
I realize
That sounds awesome, though. You know, it sounds like a worthwhile experience. Sounds like it was worth not sleeping for that many days, because that's pretty cool. That is really fascinating. So the most challenging thing about this painting thing that I'm doing right now is that every head has different shadows involved. Every one of these heads is like a totally different thing.
Yeah. I don't want to buy
So-
too many spiders.
So that
Yeah, right. I hope the temperature is outside.
With my moderate to severe rheumatoid arthritis symptoms.
With my psoriatic arthritis symptoms. Just okay. This is okay.
And I was
Right,
so
right.
if you still have symptoms after a TNF blocker like Humira or Enbrel, Rinvoq is different
Yeah,
and
which
may
is-
help. Rinvoq is a once daily pill that can
I don't
relieve
really want to
the
be
RA and
excited.
PSA symptoms, including fatigue for some. It can
It's
stop
raining.
drip, and PSA can leave skin clear or almost clear.
Oh, no.
Can lower your ability to fight infections, including TB, serious infections and blood clots, some fatal cancers, including lymphoma and skin cancer, death, heart attack, stroke, and tears in the stomach or intestines.
okay. Now let's go like this. Gonna do this, and then
Or may become pregnant.
Ask your rheumatologist for Rinvoq.
and here we go.
The only
So continuing building on these shadows and all these heads.
you know,
Is this painting a dedication to Bangladesh? No, it's not.
yeah.
No.
Something bad is happening in ours.
She probably would too,
You know, honestly, I know a lot has been shared about Bangladesh, but, you know, I haven't read enough about the other side, and, you know what? I
right? Yeah, I do have
do not get involved in international politics, especially if I haven't listened to both sides yet.
Oh, they are. And I have the ones you made.
But
Oh, right, yeah.
but yes, I have not.
Women's marathon.
You're not gonna be able to take pictures.
Five women.
Fingers. unless you have the
Three
special.
spots on the podium as they make the turn.
So here we go.
So
Get
try
this
those
ear.
ones that they say you can take pictures with, or use your phone with. They didn't work.
Hello, Barry.
I saw it too.
Savannah Hassan and Shakur. The reigning world champion Suzuki, 20 seconds behind, clinging to that spot alone in sixth.
I don't think it's really good picture.
And let's go right here. We're gonna create an outline.
Oh yeah? Really? Is that really good for me?
Something that's been really special about these Olympic Games in track and field is we see these competitions
Yeah, you might
where
want
the best
that
to
for
ever
real.
do it have been facing each other at the same time. We saw it in the women's 5,000,
Yeah,
the 10,000,
maybe
the
now.
1,500, and now we're seeing it in the
Yeah.
marathon. These are arguably five of the best to
Other
ever
people
do
can't
this,
see.
and only a few kilometers left in the
Oh, so don't forget to watch the closing
at
ceremony.
the same time.
Yeah, it was really good. Yeah, we saw sleep. No, it's gonna start at 10. They're still. Yeah.
All right, so here we go. So getting some shadows, and then there we go. We got this head. I repeated this head over here, so I do have to add in a little bit of shadow over here from the eyes. So we're gonna go like this, and then bring this nose down, give it the shape right here, and this nose basically gets totally covered in, and there. So then here we go. Cover this in. And I'm gonna bring this down right here. And right here, get this chin right here. And bring this lip down. We gotta color in this lip. I think this might be a little bit too close. Actually, let's see. We can go down like this. Actually, right under the chin. We're gonna go bring this down.
Trying in the sun. It's so hot.
And there we go. So here we go. Get that shadow. And this piece of the neck is gonna come up. So this painting is actually going to take a little while because shadows are just starting to build up. This one doesn't look. I don't like how these lines are looking. They're not looking beautiful. The shadows might just be a bit too rough. Just soften some of the edges here. Soften a little bit. And let's keep this going. Hey Fern, how you doing, kitty? Where's the kittens? Have you seen them? Kittens.
Well, I made him go. Like, I made him walk just a little bit. Like, if the sidewalk is too hot.
Kittens. Where are our kittens? Oh, they're under there. Look how cute that is. Babe, can you take a photo of that?
Okay, well, I need to take a picture of the kittens. Okay. Okay, bye.
You slash.
Try to hurry.
Good paint this. Get close and do it horizontally.
There we go.
Try to center them. Yeah.
Oh, wait. Do you need that picture?
Sleeves. Before it's too late. Like that's the most important part.
Okay.
Can you zoom in? Use flash.
Put the flash on.
No. Okay. Move it on. And zoom in. Here we go. And flash. Okay. Now zoom out a little bit. Zoom out a little bit. Yeah, there we go.
Flash?
Yes. Okay. All right. Thank you. Huh? You gotta
There's
cap.
so many
You gotta. Yeah, but I want a very specific photo. You gotta like.
Okay.
You gotta be ready for these moments, babe.
Wow, it's not a photo with Patty.
Well, thank you for taking the photos. You were very specific because.
Ready as well.
Huh?
Ready as well.
Just a nice subtle smile right here. All right. So what I got to do is I got to move on to the next head. I feel like this eyebrow's way too high and very masculine looking. Yeah, this eyebrow's way too high. So I will have to do some editing here. Maybe lower this eye a bit. But for now, it's starting to have character. Kind of start to see how everything forms. And let's get to this design right here. We're going to give a shadow. Start creating the shadow like right down here. We're going to create the shadow. Okay, and here we go. I'm going to use this and then carve this shape up. And we are carving our shape here. And then, there we go. And then, gonna bring this down a little bit. There's gonna be a subtle shape right here. Shadow's gonna be in there, so we're not really gonna see too much. We're gonna see some dark shadow right here. Let's start adding just the shadow around the face. Fortunately, I've used up a lot of the paint, so these shadows can really be subtle. And there we go. So subtle shadow right in front of the eyes here. Okay, so adding in shadows, and eventually we will turn these into something much more interesting. I mean, it's already interesting, I gotta say, but eventually we will continue updating these parts and defining them even better. So this lip actually needs to be quite dark, so that's okay. Actually get this shadow right around the front of the cheeks, nice and dark. Okay, race to the finish line's 2 hour, 22 minutes. Let's see, how much further they gotta be almost done by now. Oh my goodness, look at this neck and neck. Oh, they're shoving. That's a race. She just tried to shove her. They were fighting for life and death there. She saw her shove and she's like, whoa, this girl's serious. Look at that. Look how serious. Oh my goodness. Oh my goodness. All right, what a great race. There's some shoving. You can't have a good race without some shoving. Oh my goodness, keep going. First place. Ooh. She's like, she got second place. That was a shove. Look at that was a good competition right there. Good job. Netherlands, Ethiopia, and Kenya. NED. Alexa, what country is NED in the Olympics?
That is located in the United Kingdom.
I'm guessing it's the Netherlands. All right. Oh, they're gonna do a Los Angeles marathon in 4 years. That's pretty cool. I can't wait to see that. So anyway, let's go ahead. I'm gonna add in some more shadows. I'm using like a burnt umber with the red ochre here for the shadows. And I've got a process that I do. So let's see here. Oh yeah, I forgot to add in these lines. Actually, you know what? Let me add in some of these lines here so we can see what we're working with. Shadows are gonna come around like that. Good job, Olympians. My goodness. So amazing. That was a good race. A little bit of shoving there at the end. I like it. I'm surprised nobody commented on the shove. Nobody wanted to comment, but it was so obvious that she was like, I don't want you passing me. I mean, very, I guess it's unsportsmanlike in the Olympics, but you know, you get that far. She was ready to fight for that, like physically fight for her first place. My goodness. She was ready to fight for that spot. The Olympic shove. Wow. Very interesting. Okay, so we're gonna paint in. Let's go right here. We're gonna go up right here. What a race. What a race, people. All right, let's do some shadow on this figure right here. So there we go. Excuse me.
It was really close there, but I think she did everything she could. She knew that Savannah had this in her back pocket the entire time. One of the best.
Oh, now they're commenting on it. They're commenting on the show.
So she went for it, and she really tried to take that out of her. But Savannah was just too good.
I guess it's not an illegal move to try to block somebody. So that's cool. That adds a little bit of excitement into it. You know what I think is interesting is I've heard of so many disqualifications this year in these Olympics.
She comes across as the top American, smart, gutsy effort. She really followed her own race plan, and she's got to be very, very happy with her effort today. And what a huge learning experience for her.
Yeah, being in the Olympics, amazing. Very huge learning experience for anybody. So very cool, amazing Olympics. I think the Olympics are pretty much over at this point. Wow, what a great Olympics, Paris. Settle for bronze? That's an achievement. Bronze is an achievement to be the best in the world. Some of the best in the world. Best ever. Isn't that a cool title? Best ever? Gosh. Oh. Athletes. Amazing athletes. And here we go. So blocking in the shadows here. Blocking in meaning just coloring, painting in some of the spaces that are shadow areas. And this, this painting is going to take a lot of couple days at least, because it's not one of those paintings where you can just kind of like, because there's so many different heads here, and they all require some level of specific detail. They all require a certain level of detail that, as opposed to just like a single head or like, like other things, this is definitely going to require a bit more time than usual. Let me see how this is sketched out. What is this? Oh yeah, that's why I messed up. So this comes like this. Yes. Amazing Olympics. Jimmy Fallon is doing the Olympic best moments. What a great guy. All right, so here we go. We're going to paint this down because this head is a very unique head here. It is actually a bust. I'm going to go like this. Bring this down right here. And it's going to come out. Let's see, where should this come out? It's going to come out right around the chin here.
So how would you describe the chicken to someone who never tasted it? Literally melting in the mouth tender. We don't have a freezer. It's almost like a farmer's market. When you walk into the restaurant, you should hear the
And here we go. All these faces kind of just start to come together as we start to build up these shadows. And, Northern Falcon, what's up? You saw my Instagram. I've been up to some cool things lately. Yeah, thanks so much, Northern Falcon. I don't know when you sent that message or if you're still here, but yeah, I've been, finally got an art show out here in Los Angeles. It was incredibly exciting. And, I'm very grateful because it is one of those things where, you know, it's like you know, one thing leads to another, and you know, it makes you realize that you know, relationships are important as well in any business, because I just randomly came across, not randomly, but I had met somebody randomly who told me about this event, about this art show, and that I should apply for it. And, you know, they didn't put my name into the hat. I had to put my own name into the hat. But if I hadn't met this person, I probably wouldn't have had this show. And you know what? I might be painting for who knows how much longer before having a show. And it was great because this guy put it into perspective. He was a security guy at this building. And as I walked past him on the last day, he goes to me. He's like, you know, dude, like, and you know, I like to, I think I have a good head on my shoulders where I can appreciate perspective. But this guy goes, you know, dude, like, you are in a gallery. You are doing an art show in downtown Los Angeles. Like, I hope I don't want to like speak for you, but like I hope that you like appreciate like how he didn't say those words. He was much more socially conscious of using the right wordage, but you know, he was basically saying, you know, like, dude, this is like pretty amazing, right? To be in an art show in downtown Los Angeles where, you know, there's somebody living and some artist with great talent in somewhere in America that can't even find an art show in their town because not only do they not have an art scene, but it's not even Los Angeles. So to put that in perspective, he was just trying to put it in perspective for me. And I was like, yeah, I mean, I appreciate it. And, you know, to even hear, to hear that, it was pretty powerful. But yeah, I definitely appreciate the idea that, yes, I am in Los Angeles, an artist in Los Angeles, making artwork that I can appreciate that idea. So Northern, and you know what? I totally appreciate this fact that I have somebody from, I don't know what state you're in or city, and you know, that's your own business. You don't have to share, but you know, also being able to be thankful for people to see my art on YouTube. So all sorts of things to consider. But yes. So anyway, I can open up a lot of opportunities too. Yeah, you know, it's a Sunday, and it's been so busy these past couple weeks with like works and the show that I haven't had time to paint in the mornings, and I didn't have time to paint at night. So today I have a full day open, so I thought I'd make it a painting day. And new world record. America just broke a world. Oh yeah, good old America's new world record. American athletes. Okay, we're on streaming. Just reminding you. Okay, all right. Just reminding you
I live here.
to not. No, I'm just reminding you, Dave.
I know.
Okay, like I'm not trying to tell you not to. I'm just giving you a reminder. That's it. Huh?
I know you're streaming.
Because maybe you just were so excited that you totally forgot that I was streaming. Okay.
Thank you for the reminders. And people are gonna see me how I live.
Yes. Okay.
Hi. You're a squeaky thing. Hi.
So with this piece, Americans have such great athletes, don't we? So Northern, what have you been up to? How are you? You love the Olympics this time, plus the javelin throw competition is very, very high this time. Yes, the Olympics are on. Neeraj Chopra from India always wins gold in javelin throw, but this time he secured a silver one because a dude from Pakistan actually had a really good throw. Shooting Stars. What's the Shooting Stars? I didn't watch all the Olympics, but I didn't even know there's an event called Shooting Stars. This is a dark shadow around the front of the eyes here. And we're not going to go too into detail right here. Northern, I forget, you're in the U.S., right? You're in the U.S., right? Oh, yeah, okay, that guy. Yeah, that's pretty cool. Stopped by just for fun. He still secured the silver. That's pretty crazy, huh? Yeah, I remember that. He's become an icon, an Olympic icon. What a great thing, though. Like to get second, but still become like just this. I'm sure somebody's gonna make a movie, a shooting movie. Like I could imagine John Wick inviting, he's like a John Wick villain. I could see him being like a John Wick villain. Obviously the Hollywood would probably spice him up a little bit, give him some cool clothes. But like, there's a villain out there that's inspired by him. Or maybe a hero. I mean, hero, villain, whatever. But I could see him in like a John Wick movie or like some James Bond movie. Just this dude that just so unpresuming, but like is the deadliest shooter. Hollywood likes to spice everything up, but that guy definitely made a positive impact. So there we go. So we're gonna go like here, round out the face up here, right in front of the eyes, give it a little bit to the front there, and tighten up this eye right here. Give it a little edge. Oh, the pommel horse. Hey, Mark, take care, dude. Yes, Northern from India. Yes, very cool. So, who are the who's everybody watching from India? You were saying the throwers. I mean, who is everyone like following in India that did really well or whatever? And here I'm curious, like, so in America, whenever people are celebrating America, they're like USA, USA. What do they say in India? What's like India's like chant? mean, I'm sure they say like a version of like USA, but except they say India, but in their own, in your own language. So let's see. There's no specific chant here. Actually, people just cheer on, or they say Jai Hind. The end of a Olympic match, or the end of a just like a football game or a cricket game. So this oddly shaped head right here. All right, so get this little alien baby head, alien head. All right, actually we need to go back and pop in some shadows for this one. And this one has some shadows. We're gonna go around the front of the face, the chin here, the bottom of the lip. So we're gonna soften this chin right here, go around the nose, and then right the lip right like so. And then let's go like on Periscope. Need a more deep transition around this chin. Just got to remember that. So let's bring this down, and then we're gonna go. This cheek's a little too flat, but that's okay. We'll start to curve this all out, and then. All right, so let's see. This one giant. Just any game in general, painting in the bottom right looks the best, honestly. This one, these two. Yeah, I mean, you know, we're just getting started here. We're still just getting started. Still just the beginning. And you know, that's the exciting part that I find about painting, is just seeing a piece transform over time. That's the fun part, right? It's the part we all like to do. That's the fun part when I watch people stream, is just watching like how it just comes to be eventually. Alright, so I think I've pretty much got most of the pieces. Originally I wasn't gonna paint in the shadows on this head, but I think I'm gonna go ahead and do that anyway. And then we're gonna take a little break because it's been a couple of hours. And I think it's important to take breaks. 1, 2, 3. Actually, there's not too many shadows to work with here. Not too many shadows. Just bring that down a little bit. Bring a line across. Give them the headband. Right up here, it'll probably be a little bit different. I think I need to make some space to move this up a bit. So that I can have some space for the forehead. So we're going to do a little bit of that. We're going to add some space here. Pop this up a bit there. Bring that up. And here we go.
How was your coffee with the ice cream?
It's good. Tasty.
Problems?
No problems yet. So a lot of elements here. Still quite confusing. We will start to tighten everything up as we go.
What's wrong again? For an entire day like that, I'm gonna get someone to eat the lunch.
Okay.
But then I must should have some.
Okay, so Northern Falcon, painting on the bottom right. All right, you've been really busy with school, so you haven't been getting any time to model things. You do draw a lot, actually. Well, that's good. Drawing, if you find the time to do anything, that's helpful. I definitely think drawing is up there. Because look, like drawing, like the basic element of this is basically drawing. Once I draw out the details, all I need to do is color it in. Like it's basically creating like my own coloring book, you know? Like once you draw, you can turn it into a coloring book. And of course, you know, there's a lot involved with there's a lot involved with color theory and all that, but you know, if you can't mix or paint or you don't have the supplies or whatever, designing all that, all you need to do is just be able to Oh, Los Angeles is having a live performance on the Olympics.
Oh, no way! Live?
A live performance.
Live?
Cool. Wish I could be there.
I know. I wish I could.
Live performance. Yes. All right. So, unless you just want a Japanese friend, you draw a lot. Just been learning a bunch of Japanese. Met a Japanese person online. She told you a lot about the Japanese culture, which is great. Honestly, always wanted a Japanese friend. Yo, Japanese has some amazing. Japan, I should say, not Japanese. The Japanese culture is great, and Japanese food is amazing. And I definitely think Japanese people are incredibly unique. Oh yeah, we do have a Japanese friend, but I didn't. Yes, we do have Japanese friends. I don't know. Is there a lot of Japanese people in India? There's got to be like a city in India that has like tons of Japanese people. I feel like, yeah. I mean, India. Certain parts of India are definitely, super hyper modern. Mumbai, I guess, is super modern. Bollywood. Never heard you've never seen a Japanese person in India? Wow. Okay, well I am totally wrong and unaware of what happens in India. That is fascinating to me. Well, dude, like I hope you get the opportunity to travel because there's so much to see.
Munchkin.
Like growing up in Florida, I was surrounded by every culture, totally. Korean, Japanese, Indian, Pakistani, Italian, South African, West African, Cuban, Puerto Rican, Brazilian. I mean, I've just been surrounded by so many cultures growing up in Florida. So please tell me you've at least eaten in a Japanese restaurant before, Northern. Please tell me you've at least had Japanese food. Please say yes. And then here's another question. How does your family feel about Japanese culture? Are they as interested in it as you are, or are they much less culturally curious as you are?
Movement dysfunction and restlessness are common side effects. Dizzy.
Okay, so now.
Side effects may not appear for several weeks.
I didn't have to check. I just gave them this.
Ask about trailer and learn how acne affects skin.
So here we go. We've got a lot of the light here, or the dark, the shadow. So I want to find a good gold color recipe here. Nice. Kitten. Hold on, who wants to see some kittens? I know everybody on my YouTube channel wants to see some kittens. Come here, buddy. Come here, little boy. Hello. Hello, world. Oh, look at his dirty mouth. He just finished eating. What's up with you? What's up with you, dude? He like doesn't look drunk. He's like, I'm grabbing him by the scruff so that he kind of like looks paralyzed. But look at this little guy. He's like, he's been eating too much. Look how. What are you eating, man? What have you been eating? We're feeding him. What cat? What is it? Royal Canin? Some kitten food. Look at his eyes here.
Oh my god, look at your mouth.
Look at his eyes. His body's just like totally limp. He's like so like.
That's what happens.
Look at his eyes, just like rolling in the back, rolling around in his head.
When you grab
That's so
their
cute.
scrub.
Okay, you got it.
No, not yet. There. Dirty little
There
kitty.
it was. POSH still needs some work too, but yes, he's been binge eating.
Look at his paws. He just climbs in the bowl, basically. Okay, you done?
Oh, you're gonna take him? Okay.
I got him.
All right. What a cute little cat.
Nice heads.
So I'm gonna wash my hands real quick before I put my gloves back on. Yeah.
Fur is growing in nicely. Yes, it is. Your fur is growing in. Okay. Whoa, look at her go. Richardson's doing so fast.
Oh,
Yes.
All right.
Richardson.
drunk kitty.
She is good.
Oh, drunk kitty. So that kitten will be up for adoption if you're in Los Angeles. Let's see. Looks like Bingus. Like a Bingus. He's been eating. Looks like a Bingus. Alexa, what is a Bingus?
Bingus is a noun meaning gadget, device, or object whose name is unknown or forgotten.
Okay, I've never heard that word. Bingus. Alright, you know what? I'm gonna go with a two-tone, but I'm gonna go with I'm gonna go with a yellow. I'm gonna go with yellow. Oh yeah, that's what I should do. Yellow ochre and brown with a brown ochre and brown. Do a yellow ochre here. Surely I have another yellow ochre somewhere. Oh, there's no yellow ochre in this pack.
So great to see you, and I've been walking.
All right, so we're gonna bring in some of these colors.
This. What a great moment for athletes. Competition, and everyone go away. So we want this to be
You might want to fix the TV, man.
What do they do?
Kitten, what are you doing here? Go somewhere else.
Oh, it's Jim Kimmel. Hey!
During the day, you were at track and field, and not only were you there, but you were sitting with Mick Jagger.
Yeah,
Mick Jagger.
Whoa.
Mick Jagger watching track and field is pretty fun. Because he's like, just ready, just Jagger, I just ready, oh yeah, jump out, come on, and he's got, you'll think, and he's just,
All right, so here we go. Actually, I'm going to keep painting. I'm not going to just stop. So we're going to bring in some of our burnt umber out. We're going to focus on a yellow ochre color. I still want it to be a darker yellow ochre tone. Actually, a little bit of white. There we go. This might be good. It's a good mix of ochre. All right, so let's do this. Let's start from the furthest head. What do you say?
He's doing a sketch with Mick Jagger on his show.
Oh yeah?
It's two. Yeah, they were looking at each other in a mirror. Like one on one side, one on the other side. Alice on the mirror.
From the host country and from 22-year-old layoff Marshall.
Hello, tiny thing.
Continue from there.
Hi, Fern.
And here we go. So I think this brush isn't the right brush for this job because I need to be able to be really rough with this. This is a good detail brush, but right now I'm not too focused on details. I just need to cover space with paint. So this brush is not the right paint brush for this job right now. So I'm going to put it away. I'm going to save it for a little later. I need a brush that I can just be very free with, which means it's going to be a different brush. Let's see, what's a good brush for this? This will be a good brush. Actually, I got to clean it up a bit. So we're going to bring in our painting supplies. This is a cleaner plus our water mix. A little bit of water in a Gatorade bottle. Got to rinse this off, clean it up. We're going to try to get this nice and cleaned off.
Hey, come on now. Or we see a live performance that we were in live. We're here. We are live from 716.
Everybody's talking to us. Nobody's all talking.
No talking.
All right, so here we are. And let's see how well this cleans up. I'm being really rough with this brush because I don't mind if this brush is Here we go. This would be better if it was done over a sink, but I like to use a water bottle because it's just easier than using at the sink. So let's see, just rinse it off like so. Did they say 17 days from now is the Paralympics? Okay, so here we go.
The swimmer started off his games with a gold in the 400-meter individual event. 3 nights later, he was back playing double duty, trying to enroll in the 200-meter butterfly and 200 breaststroke.
So this is a good brush. It's really rough, but I let it go. So I'm gonna do something right here real quick. And let's see, so who's up? Who's here? All right, take care, Northern. So we're gonna clean some of this up. Oh my goodness. These bristles, my goodness. So just ripping some bristles apart, but that's okay. Cookie is underneath the thing. She's hiding.
I called Scout. He came running into the bedroom. He knows his name.
Well, Pookie's looking around. When he said Pookie. I think it's about time to get some new brushes. A lot of people say like brushes last a long time, but I think it also, I mean, obviously it super depends on, also it depends on how often you paint, I think, you know, like paint twice a year, then your paints are only going to last, you know, can probably last a few years, but if you paint multiple times a week, multiple times a day, I think your brushes definitely, they start to go pretty quick. No, I probably would be down for another coffee if you're gonna make some, but are you gonna write today? So you might say, like, you know, for if you really want to care for your brush, I wouldn't say this is the best way to do it, but I really don't, you know, this brush has reached the point where I just needed to do a certain job, a rough job, which means I don't necessarily need it to have all the detail. So I'm just going to focus on allowing this brush to kind of have its rough texture and do a rough job.
jump on through.
You know what? Just a little bit of that soap and a little bit of separating with a safety pin, and it's like our brush is ready to go again. So here we go. We're gonna go with this yellow ochre color and start to just spread this around. Let's just spread this around. Actually, I want to brighten it up just a little bit more.
Today is TikTok summer pool party.
Ooh. Great one. So still keeping this fairly loose. Kitten, what are you doing by my feet? All right. So let's go like this. Bring this guy's neck down. This area will need some work a little later, but for now, let's keep establishing the majority of this painting here. I'm gonna go, let's see, where's this head? Right here, same deal as we just did, right around here. We're gonna fill in these spaces. And here we go. So we're gonna go round and around and around we go. Here we go. So definitely just laying these down pretty rough and loose there. I probably should have used some mineral spirits to do this. Just to kind of keep it easy and flowing, the paint. Otherwise, it doesn't flow as well. There we go. A little bit easy flow. There we go. Get our paint to flow a little better and easier to work with. Otherwise, it gets to be a little bit too thick. When it's too thick, it kind of just gets stuck in certain areas. Fortunately, this is just the early stages, so you know, nothing lost, nothing lost, but we didn't gain too much from painting too thickly. See, as you can tell, if you add some mineral spirits, it just makes the paint easier to work with. And then it helps you just to establish your correct colors and everything that much easier. We're going to go into here with some of this color. And there we go. So there's going to be lots of different faces merging into each other. to make a very exciting painting, exciting and interesting painting. And let's see, same with this head right here. Oh yeah, this is gonna happen over here as well. Hey, for the USA. And let's see here. That was pretty easy because we don't have all this other stuff to fill in as well. But definitely in here we're gonna start to have more of a blending here.
Leader of the LA 2028 next up here in a matter of hours. So we knew what Paris was looking for, and they've had an incredible games. How has that impacted your R&D over the last couple of weeks for all the drafting?
Well, the first most important thing is truly management. 2 weeks, and invigorated, maybe reinvigorated people's passion, excitement, remembering what you were doing.
And here we go.
So we
Getting this down.
Obviously, we get to learn a lot of lessons here, and obviously a lot of things the French have done, they've done it really well. We're going to take a lot from that, starting with spectacular venues, controlled crowds, and passionate crowds, and the city's electric. And if we can replicate that, we'll be off to a good start.
We spoke with the head of the IOCs on the spot a couple of days ago, and he said that LA needs to be LA and not be Paris. So what is the LA, California, the actual feel to those games that can add special twist like this?
Hopefully, people get a glimpse of it here in a few hours, and during the handover, I mean, LA, we are what we are. We are in many ways the cultural capital of the world, and I think you're going to see a lot of strong power.
Cultural capital of the world. I love that. They're like, yep, cultural capital of the world. That is bold. That's a bold statement.
The Olympics is swimming, that's that gymnastics.
So here we go. We're gonna paint this down right here.
But it will be flipped in Los Angeles. What do you think that might feel like it looked like for the games with track going first and then swimming at the back?
I mean, that first weekend they started in the finals. The event, it was that moment of silence before that 10 seconds of incredible energy and excitement. And so I think it's going to create new energy. I think it will create a new rhythm.
So here we go, adding on all the lights and the shadows across this figure.
The riches of venues to be able to take a fresh look at the program and really program it in a way that creates the maximum excitement for the communities and then for the whole country and the world.
You mentioned the venues. They've been out there, but maybe people didn't hear them. In this Olympic week or two that we've had, remind everyone, right from swimming, the venues are going to be one of the stars here of the games, just like they were here in Paris.
Yeah, obviously we start with, what is the most popular football thing in the world. We're going to start to play with that. Accreditation program ceremony as well as the swimming. You go back to the Coliseum, the first venue ever to host the Olympic Games. The home Lakers will have gymnastics, we'll have beach volleyball, where the sport was invented in Santa Monica. And so really the best of what LA is, and the venues allow us to showcase the cool country.
Damn, you know, LA's got a lot of pressure too in general as a city to make cool stuff happen. Interesting.
I think everyone has to really think outside the box. Obviously, starting the opening ceremonies, some of the locations of the venue, the Champions Plaza, there are things that really break the traditional mold of game presentation. Those things are risky because a lot of people don't think of them. Give them a time for after doing. So we won't copy those, but it will force us to think about how can we do things differently and take advantage of our city and our landscape to maybe present the games in our way.
What?
Well, enjoy your last few hours of no pressure.
Dog when you smell the animal shelter, it's like a white muskiness.
Yeah. From Paris to LA, the handoff. Amazing. There's a little bit more white into here. Let's bring this down. Ravager.
You're really making moments by hand.
Oh yeah, the avocados are hand mashed, the chips are hand tossed, and everything is made from.
One day they're gonna be like, you're really painting this by hand rather than an AI. Now and then again, a little bit now. All right, so here we go. A lot of the lights are being added in, the lighter shades. And we're gonna go for probably a little bit longer.
Save on some of the biggest names in streaming with Xfinity. Plus, get a free 5G phone and our best offer yet on internet and mobile during the Olympic Games only. Get the fastest connection in Paris with Xfinity. From moderate to severe Crohn's disease, Skyrim is the first IL-23.
Let's go like this. Got the ear. That's the body figure. Definitely, the bigger I go, the more challenging these paintings get. Or not so much challenging as much as it is just more stuff, which makes sense, right? Alright, so we can already start to see a lot of the forms take form, a lot of the shapes and the figures. And let me see, I'm going to add... Let me add white. Beautiful city of torch handover. That's exciting. All right, so we are watching the torch handover for the U.S. Olympics in 2028. I'm not streaming that, but because anybody can watch it around the world, except if you live in a dictatorship that does not allow it. But I think there are very few of those, and if you do live in one of those countries, you aren't watching this stream. So, I can only conclude that you've got it. That said, pretty amazing to see a handover of the Olympic torch. Very exciting news. It's kind of interesting to be able to live through this experience and live in this city that is hosting this experience. Pretty cool. It's not something you really plan to do in life, but it is just kind of a cool thing to be able to do. So here we go. We got our figure. We got our light. A lot of the shadows. The lights in the shadows. Get the ear here.
Overall, but especially these games here in Paris, as the fans were back, this has been sensational.
We needed these Olympic Games. I haven't felt this type of Olympic energy in so long. It was refreshing. It was accessible. The way that the venues were meshed together with some of the most iconic landmarks in the world. It was surreal. I think it is just
wow, she's excited about the Olympics.
We all came together. The feeling of joy and hope and camaraderie.
Huh?
Just walking the streets of Paris or watching back home, the energy is palpable.
The Olympics gave us everything that they always do. They brought the world together. They inspired new dreams, and most importantly, they gave us hope.
You guys are Olympians, so you know what's going on in the minds of these athletes. Competition's done. Right now, they're getting ready for a party.
Definitely. The opening ceremony is the welcome
Getting
party.
ready for a party.
The closing is the after party.
After
And
party.
I look back on my Olympic Games myself, the closing ceremony was one of my favorite moments. It was when I finally felt free. I was able to celebrate that my dream came true, and the best part was I got to celebrate with all of the friends that I met in the Olympic Village. It was surreal.
That must be pretty cool.
This celebration isn't just about that 30 seconds you spend in front of the world. It's about a lifetime of work. And
Yes,
the
a
final
lifetime.
achievement of being an Olympian.
How about the
So
athletes
cool.
who competed here in Paris? What are they feeling right now? Let's send it down
So right now, all I'm working on is softening in some of these edges and blending certain spaces.
5 medals for Tom Daley, Great Britain's terrific diver, including a silver at these games in Paris. Can you wrap your head around all of that?
It seems so surreal actually to think back to 2008 and my first Olympic Games at 14 years old, and now 30, being able to compete in front of my family, my kids, my husband, my mom, my friends. It's been so amazing.
Talk about that. How
That's
different
cool.
of an experience this was,
14
because
to
this is really the
30
first time that they got to see
performing. How awesome is that?
My oldest son was only 3 during Tokyo and wasn't even able to come, so this was their first time seeing me dive internationally, and it just changes my perspective.
Let me see. There's something up with this chin right here.
No matter how I dive, I know that they're going to love me and support me regardless. So
fun seeing them there. Congratulations.
thank you very much. Thank you.
Lewis?
Hey, Amber, yeah, here I'm seeing lots of athletes, of course, hundreds of them continuing to arrive. They're visiting like these athletes here from different countries, and everyone's having a great time.
Great time.
He's been playing so much great music.
So I'm just basically softening these spaces. Kitty Corn Zero, what's going on, Kitty Corn? Hope you're doing fantastic. You watching Olympics? It's cool if you're not, but definitely some amazing things happening.
Come down here. Come on. This kitten is not good minded at all if you get close to him. No. He's so happy. I love to have him down here. Look, no? Just prickly.
Prickly girl. Ooh. Let's go like this.
Serves the fastest, most reliable internet speeds, regardless of where they live. That's why Spectrum
Blending in, just working real quickly, not spending too much time to over detail anything. Because the details will come later.
internet, you can power all of your devices to enjoy streaming, video chatting, and gaming. I rely on Spectrum internet. You should too.
Details will come as we continue this. It's crazy. So like during my art show, you know, really made me think about how like things that happen so fast, just 3 days, 4 days, a uh, week long Olympic experience. I mean, it's so powerful. There are so many emotions that can happen from just a couple of days. So much of a high, a positive, a high. All right. Okay. So we've got this stuff. Oh, look. Had Assassin's Creed, I remember that. Okay. All right, so what color should we do this hair? I just might do the hair areas like all black. Just totally black. How do we feel about that?
This song would be Paris's anthem if she had her own. So this is the Paris Skies performed by Zao Sagazo.
Doing this right at sunset.
You know what I'm going to do is I'm going to use just a pure blue color. So use a nice cad blue here. Really? Let me see. Oh, he's cuddling you. Look at it. You gotta get a photo of that, babe. Let these moments slip by. Huh?
Right.
So I need a smaller brush now because I'm about to paint in some detail areas. Not too small of a brush. So I'm going to use this blue to paint in things. So let's lighten up this blue. Okay, and here we go. So I'm gonna drop this down like right by the ear. Oh, what a beautiful song.
And part of this opening sequence, Olympic Argentine to Tuileries, the Omar Song, the 4-time Olympic champ, was picked at the Olympic Games in Paris.
And then here we go. So blue headband.
So fitting for the city of flame. The French take on this Olympic flame, Olympic cauldron is absolutely
Oh, so this whole thing is like some sort of wrap around the head.
by two Frenchmen in 1783.
Which is pretty cool.
It's one of the coolest Olympic flames that I think had to run to the screen. It's this picture perfect screen. This cauldron, the backdrop just floating above the city. Stunning.
They're about to pass the torch. Yes. Here we go.
Isn't that the athlete that won most of the votes?
Honestly, I don't know, babe.
Wow, it's a beautiful shot there.
Yep. So we're using this blue to.
How did they get that thing to hang in the air?
Probably floating. Air.
Really? Oh.
And then here we go. We're gonna go like around like so. It's floating on sunshine. I'm floating. What's that song? How's that song go? I'm something on sunshine. Huh?
Walking on sunshine.
Oh yeah, I'm walking on sunshine. Woo! Alright, so let's go like this.
Terrified. He can swim like a fish.
Yeah, he was
Swims better than a fish. Fish have fins. They were designed to swim, but he's like, he does it without. Swims like a shark. I'm walking on sunshine. Woo-hoo. So here we go. I'm using blue to make some of these things pop. Great color combo, Mark. Thank you. Appreciate you. Yeah, I decided to use blue, but focus on like a brown, a brown, red, ochre tone for everything else. So thank you for noticing that. Your comments are very much appreciated. You watching the Olympics, Mark? I am watching the Olympics. Oh, this is very Vermeer, the blue. Just realized that. Very Vermeer. Johannes Vermeer. The man who painted the girl with the pearl earring. Johannes Vermeer. Yes, the Olympics are a very powerful event. Here we go. I definitely feel like this blue is making this painting pop. Watched bits and pieces, didn't get into it this year. It's more of a Winter Olympics kind of guy. Yep, I guess so. I mean, yes, everybody has their own tastes, right? Closing ceremony is pretty cool. I think it's more interesting than the opening ceremony. So far, I don't know. Because the closing ceremony, you've already had so many emotions happen over the course of a week or 2 weeks. And then you have this massive event, whereas, you know, the opening ceremony, it's like you got your nerves. I imagine all the athletes are nervous. There's like so much at stake, criticism and all that. But the closing ceremony, it's like this bittersweet experience. Just this bittersweet experience. Huh?
President of France on the right.
And? Oh.
Doesn't he?
I don't know, I can't see him. Well, presidents need to be charismatic.
French like
Yes, they do.
like me. French.
So we're getting this blue. Sounds like a very French song. Sketching out some of the items that need to be on here. It's going to come around down like that. Let's see as this painting evolves. Alright, so this painting is continuously evolving. So this head also needs to have some stuff. So let's go to the smaller head right now. And let's see, right around here, we're going to go boom. Fern? Oh. I thought Fern was growling. But she's not, right? Whew, okay, so got this. Got a lot of our designs, our elements. So what else? Everybody's got their thing. Just need the blue. The blue really isn't like a significant, it's just an element of the body parts. An alternative secondary piece. These people are Olympians. Wow. Very cool. So I wonder if Snoop Dogg is going to be the one who carries the Olympic flag, receives it. I wonder who receives the Olympic flag. What do you think, Kat?
I don't know. Who knows?
All right, so let's let's actually use some of this brush. It's gonna paint the top. Oops. What's going on here? Here we go. Paint around this baby. Now let's go with black hair.
Hi, I saw online a picture of the Black Victory. Is that good? Okay.
Okay, so we got our hairbrush right now. Got this brush that we're going to use for hair. And here we go. So we're going to actually use black. We're going to do some black hair. Let's do it. Black hair. I have so much excess black paint. And it's so hard to find uses for black paint unless you're doing abstract.
But it's only 10 pounds.
So what we're going to do, let's start with...
Only 10 pounds.
Let's go...
Then how does it happen? Do you do something at the store, or do you do it yourself? Oh, I see. What about if there's staples?
I'm just using straight up black for this. Very uncharacteristic of most artwork because most people don't like to use the color black because it can be very complicated.
Okay. All right. And is this all day long? Okay. Okay. Thank you.
And just using
Breaking soil, acceptance. Oh, okay, all right. Okay, thank you.
decorated American woman of all time.
You were saying at the end. Maybe
Huh?
because they got hand up the fire. You were saying it's at the end, in the back. Maybe they have to do it at the hand up the fire.
It makes sense.
Ow!
And here we go, using the black to really fill this in. Huh, swim home. Can you imagine being the barber that gave a bad haircut at the Olympics for a gold winner?
Oh my God.
That'd be horrible.
Oh my God. So they just match you with the store. You have to pay for a pound and you can get a pound for free.
Okay.
It's not complete. They have a AAA this
Good. Sounds like something you need. We have the fireplace. I am totally open to you using the fireplace to burn your documents.
It's hot to it.
Right, good point.
This glass
introduce myself. My name is Oh. Okay. Alright, here we go. So getting in the black. Getting in the black hair. And here we go. Get this black hair into here. Now you can really start to see everything pop. As we move on, we're gonna add light. Gonna add light into the hair. We got a lot of other things to figure out here, but for the most part, we are on our way to completion here. Hey Fern, how you doing? Is she meowed at me? Fern, you meowed at me? You meowed at me? Are you meowed at me? Get it? Mad, meowed? Fern, hello. Huh? Too close there, friend.
Little god. The new school year is a chance to show off what I'm into. You know how I love dinos? You know I talk about dinos all the time. With all their heels,
But a little on his back.
blah, 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 dinos. Well, I love it. And it's all about sharks now. So back to school, let's just focus on sharks and only sharks. And if it's not sharks,
Alright, so how do we want to do this background here? Let's do rule of thirds. Break this up with a red, orange, yellow. So let's find like an orange, somewhere in between a yellow ochre and a red ochre.
Barely there, you notice?
Yeah. You know what? I'm gonna use this brush, but I need to get another color. I want to get some like dark, like a vibrant green into this. Some green textures. We're gonna use a permanent green light here. I want to use this permanent green light to create like a like this like neon. I'm gonna do a circle down here. So this is probably when I get to play and I get to start throwing stuff around. All right, improving relationships between France and America. Marie Antoinette? Wasn't she like the most hated person in France?
Yes.
So why would they reference her?
Went down in history as having really good wigs.
She had really good taste.
Wigs.
Well, yeah, taste. Alright, so this green is just going to help make the background pop. But I'm going to go again with the Rothko-esque background, this very like cloudy, dramatic, brooding background. Need some broodingness. You know what? I definitely want. I'm actually going to use this color. And we're going to go into here. Keep it nice and light. We'll go down here. Oh, there you go. Probably should start at the top for this color because it's dripping. But that's okay. We're going to paint around. Let's go paint around here. I think it needs a little bit more red. There you go, that's a good, I like this red here. It's like a subtle red. Now we're going to set the line. So I'm thinking rule of thirds. Pop this right around here. So we're going to end this. Trading uniforms, that's kind of cool. I wonder if everybody's got like a translator.
Oh my god.
What?
This kitten has a kitten-sized scooter. And it just wrote on it.
So all of this,
Hilarious.
all of this color is really just to make it pop. And what we're working with right now, so the experiment here, or not experiment, but you know, what I'm doing here is just going with the Rothko-esque background here. So I've had some fascination with Mark Rothko's work. So this color choice of the figures here is very Rothko-esque. It's inspired by Rothko. Now obviously, now I'm adding my own spin to it. But I really love the mood of a Rothko painting.
Oh my god. This poor dad can't figure out how to collapse the stroller to put it in its arm.
Okay. You're laughing in his misery?
Yes. So another dad stops to help him and he can't do it either. And now you're the third dad.
Is it real?
Yes.
It looks real?
Yes. It looks totally real.
So here we are. And stuff could still change throughout this painting here.
Okay, here comes a mom. She'll figure it out.
It's definitely scripted.
I think so.
I think it is.
You know, this guy's looking up directions. Oh, that's beautiful. Those outfits are really nice. Really.
And here we
Here
go.
comes the woman. She presses a button and it totally collapses.
Let me see. Definitely scripted. Yeah, it is funny. Because what kind of dad would be throwing it around like that, right?
Having money.
I don't know. It's scripted.
Other than Nigeria. Okay, here's Nigeria.
And here we go. Painting in for the background. And one great thing about painting in with the background is you can start to kind of like, there's some modifying that you could do with your painting. Pushing pieces around, moving. And here we go, just creating a mood, using these colors. One thing that I love about seeing about Rothko's paintings, which I've only ever seen one in person, so I'm sounding like I've seen them a lot, but I've seen them in books. I've only ever seen one in paintings, or one in real life. But it's just like one of those styles that just like, you know, more than any sort of realism or whatever, it creates a mood and emotion. It sets you into a place, a setting, creates an environment. Mark Rothko's artwork. You know what? Although it's something that isn't out of reach from anyone to necessarily copy. You know, it's amazing. He was the first person to do it, right? And that's really what matters. So what I need to do is I need to establish some of these lines, make them tight. You know, I don't want to make them too round. I give them like, make it look like, you know, confident strokes. Make your lines look confident. That's important when it comes to painting. Make your work look confident. I'm gonna add a little bit kind of folding up here. Now I'm not an expert on Rothko by any means, but I feel like if you want to capture the idea, there has to be like capture some of Rothko's ideas. You have to have a part of your painting that just kind of like molds and blends and just like you just kind of mood into each other. You just kind of like merge into each other. These the different emotions from the different parts of a painting. There you go. A little bit of moodiness, a little bit of merging into the green here. Create some moodiness around there. Okay. Eminence. No, don't want the lines to be too sharp. And I'm not looking at a reference, so, you know, my interpretations of some of Mark Rothko would be totally wrong. I mean, you know, he probably had a lot more ideas and reasoning for his pieces, but if I try to mimic his mood, his ideas, I would say like there's a little bit of a cloudiness, there's a little bit of there's that consistency of color, the two-toneness, and it's just, that's what creates the beauty, you know, it's that. Very cool. All right, good times right here. Let's see. If any Rothko enthusiasts are watching, feel free to chime in on your thoughts on the brilliance of Rothko. But I just love playing with that style for a background for a painting. And these pieces, all the complementary colors are working. Really like it here. Thank you so much, Mark. Yes. So here we go. What we're gonna do. So we've got this red here. I'm thinking, what should I do for the top? We're gonna go with. We're gonna make it a transitional yellow. Nice transitional yellow here. It can't be too bright. It's got to be a little bit moody, you know. It's got to have a mood to it. Let's go like this. So basically, we'll have these colors merge.
beautiful pictures of the sun and the forest. They're a little bit unclear what happened next, but 6 weeks back, you know, the next session was supposed to be called Happy Karaoke.
And here we go. We're gonna go down into the hair here. Did they say stay in your room only kind of crowd? What's that? Did you hear that, Kat? Is that what they said? Huh?
I don't think so. I don't know what they said. Maybe it's not to stay in your room.
Oh, right, maybe. No, maybe we should allow some of the one thing about my painting style that I didn't expect was how I would stick to I think my painting style, it takes much longer than I ever thought it would be. You know, I always thought when I first started painting, I thought that I would try to keep a super loose style, like super loose, super free, very expressive, constantly just, you know, painting expressively style, but I've totally got a different route with that. And let's use this, and we're going to go around the outskirts of this and even kind of blend it around here, give it a mood. Give it a wispiness here. All right. Time to clean off this brush here. Now that we've got this background, see an area that needs some work. The inside of these heads, which I think in order to create separation, I might just make them blue. What?
Share an lollipop, beautifully. ArtLog, high fiber, less sugar.
Ready for a fresh batch of life pro tips? 1. Bundle home and auto insurance with Mercury. Look at discount on quality low rates so you can splurge on the latest gadget. 2. Keep your pups entertained with fun top videos.
You're watching Central Mark, your source for payback content.
No, I'm not buying a skateboard.
Round out these facial features here. All right, so we've got the foundation of this painting so far. So I'm gonna take a break here and we will come back to this at another time. But finish watching up these Olympic games, these amazing Olympic games with amazing Olympic athletes.
Oh my god. What do you think this is?
Giraffe?
Yeah, baby giraffe.
That's a baby giraffe? Who's ever seen a baby giraffe that small? All right, everybody. So we're gonna put a pause on this. We'll be back at another time. But if you're watching this right now, be sure to check out the Olympic closing ceremony. How cool is that? That it's gonna be in Los Angeles in just 4 years. I wonder if Miami's ever had a Olympics. I know this is the second time in LA, right?
Yeah. The city would have to apply for that whole space to be able to build a proper stadium.
Yeah. All right. So with that, everybody, thanks so much for watching. It's been a few hours. We'll be back in a few more hours, and have a great day. Take care, Mark.